There's an old saying, give a person a fish and you feed them for a day, teach them to fish and you feed them for a lifetime. However, within this sage advice lies another important but hidden truth, a truth that has the key to unlock the future of teaching and learning. Let's see if you can see what it is. Here are two people learning. See if you can spot the difference and discover the important truth hidden in the saying. Did you spot the difference? Besides the obvious that one person is learning outdoors and the other indoors, what is the difference? It's really important, as it will help us not only feed students for a lifetime, but unlock a truth that transforms teaching for a lifetime. The difference is activity. You don't learn to fish by simply listening to a lecture. You learn to fish by listening and doing. Teach them to fish has implicit within it experience and active engagement in the learning. It's this single insight that has the power to transform modern teaching and learning. Prior to the formalization of education within schools and universities, children learned by watching and working together with their parents, mentors, and peers. However, when education became formalized and innovations like the printing press shifted how knowledge was captured and disseminated, teaching changed. Knowledge was captured in textbooks, and teaching and learning changed from active engagement to passive consumption. The classroom remained unchanged for hundreds of years, despite many warnings from educationalists that teaching and learning had to change. Some felt that technology might provide the catalyst for the needed change. After all, technology had innovated nearly every other area it had touched, from transport to accommodation to entertainment. Yet somehow, despite the arrival of technology, education remained unchanged. If anything, technology simply silicon-coated existing passive approaches with a veneer of change. The blackboard became the smartboard. The book became the ebook. The teacher became the YouTube video. Nothing had really changed, and the results were disappointing. Bored students, disengaged students, missing students. Who would have thought we could reach a stage where a teacher would deliver an entire online lecture to a non-existent class?
Do you have any questions?
Hi, Prof.
Hi, Prof. Actually, muted all the while, so we cannot hear anything from you since 6:08.
Oh, from what?
6:08 p.m.
You mean how long did you hear from the first few minutes?
First few minutes. Yeah. Then from 6:08 onwards, your screen froze and we hear nothing from you ever since.
Never realizing his students couldn't hear a single word he said. Never realizing his students were essentially not there. Yet that is the world we now find ourselves in, where students, even if physically present, are missing. Their minds elsewhere, their focus distracted, their learning muted. Technology has the power to transform education, as it has for all other sectors, but we need to rediscover the hidden truth within the proverb. We need to let technology activate learning. The research into the impact of active learning is clear. Studies report that in addition to positively improving student attitudes, active learning can result in 50% or higher pass rates. Another study reported that technology, instructors, and engagement were the top 3 critical success factors in online learning. However, despite engagement being so critical, it is mostly missing, with one study reporting less than half of students being engaged during lessons. The all-important truth within Teach Them to Fish is active learning. However, to have active learning, we need active teaching. And in order to have active teaching, we need active digital pedagogies. And once we have those, we can unlock the power of Teach Them to Fish. We can unlock an entire new world of exciting opportunities. Welcome to this Active Digital Pedagogies course, a unique, transforming active learning experience. The aim of this course is to let students both experience and learn how to design and deliver engaging online and blended teaching. This course is designed for anyone involved in any form of teaching, whether face-to-face or online. This course is especially suited to teachers, PGCE student teachers, university lecturers, and corporate trainers and presenters. This course is designed using the unique ACT Digital Pedagogies approach developed by Professor Blewett. This groundbreaking, research-proven teaching approach transforms teaching into a highly effective and engaging experience. Join me on a short journey through this transforming and unique learning experience. Welcome inside the Active Digital Pedagogies course. We see learning not simply as a destination, which means you've stopped moving and are passive, but as a journey, an active experience. And just like a journey, it needs to be exciting, engaging, and even allow you to follow the path you choose. So how does it work? On the left is the map, or navigation, that allows students to quickly access any of the sections simply by clicking on the relevant link. In the middle of the screen is where all the learning journey action happens. This is where the content, the lessons, the activities take place. On the right are shortcuts to some of our special activator tools used by students during their learning journey. Now that you have a sense of the lie of the land, let's take a walk through some of the learning journey that lies ahead. The home section, just like any home, is where you start out from. It's the place to go when you need comfort, help, or reassurance. And so this is where the student can see what the latest announcements are, or reach out and get help in the forum, or jump into the glossary and find out what words mean, or simply get a sense of how the course is designed so they can plot their learning journey. However, the fun really starts when you step out the door and begin the journey. And this happens immediately in the next section as the student is welcomed in an active way into the course. From here on out, all learning involves activity, as the student not only learns about the ACT pedagogies, but experiences them too. After all, it's in the fishing that we learn to fish. Each section contains its own mini map of what to expect, so the student can see what this part of the learning journey involves, how much time it is likely to be needed, plus importantly, and often missing from teaching, the way they will learn, the pedagogies applied within the section. Making pedagogies visible is a core learning concept of this course, and it is not only important for students to understand what they'll be learning, why it is important, but how and why they are learning in the way they are. The Hello section, as the name suggests, is an opportunity to meet both the course and other students on the journey with them. The click here to start lesson is a short journey through the course, how to navigate the various parts, how to learn online, plus an introduction to one of our activated tools, stash items. Hidden all over this course are special stash items that students can collect. As students collect these items, they appear in their stash collection. If they collect the right items, they get rewarded by being able to claim bonus marks. These stash items add a layer of gamification to the course. Gamification not only brings an additional element of fun to learning, it also encourages participation and striving for excellence. Our stash items also encourage active reading of the content as they are hidden in obvious and not so obvious places all through the course. And then it's time to say hi.
Hi everyone.
Good morning, everybody.
Hello everyone.
Hi.
Using a free and highly engaging app, which the students will learn about later when we explore the pedagogy of conversation.
Hi everyone.
The students create a short hello video as the activities begin. The next section brings the student on an important virtual journey through time in order to help educators understand how teaching has changed and where the future is headed. Understanding the 21st century teaching landscape is vital to make sure that the journey ahead goes in the right direction. Using a combination of interactive puzzles, videos, hidden stash items, and reflective quizzes, educators are given a picture of the 21st century teaching terrain and a look at our future on Education Island. The student's journey now brings them to the digital zone, the space where most modern teaching is currently taking place. This is important as it is here where most modern educators find themselves and where the journey to the future begins. In this part of the learning journey, the student learns how to use a range of digital tools to support both self-paced and teacher-led teaching. The focus is on using, how to use Moodle or Microsoft or Google or Zoom to create videos, share content, upload slides, and much more. And then at the end of the lessons, the student is given a backstage pass, a glimpse behind the scenes. All of the lessons in this course have a unique behind the scenes reveal, where the veil is lifted on the design and pedagogic thinking embedded in the course lessons. This lets the educator not only experience the learning journey, but also understand why the experience was designed in the way it was. The crossing over is where everything begins to change. The pivotal section, described in the 21st century map, is where the ACT pedagogies are explained. These are the unique, active, digital age teaching approaches that provide the bridge between the third EdTech digital zone and the fourth EdTech connected zone. And it is now that the entire learning approach begins to shift as more and more engagement elements are added into the course so that the educators experience the impact of activated learning and learning in the fourth EdTech connected zone. So, in addition to stash items and quizzes, this section makes use of an activated video lesson that includes quiz question, reflection points, and other engaging elements layered on top of the video. And just like with everything the educators experience, they will learn how to do this themselves too. Plus, they get a peek behind the scenes. So once again, they understand how and why this section is designed in the way it is. Armed with an understanding of both some powerful digital tools and the pedagogies that enable the crossing over to a new way of teaching, the student is now ready to step into the exciting future of active, connected teaching. This section foregrounds pedagogy by exploring the power of each of the ACT pedagogies: curation, conversation, correction, creation, and chaos, and how each of the ACT pedagogies can activate teaching using both familiar and new digital tools. In addition to showing how each of the ACT pedagogies can activate blended teacher-led teaching, an entire lesson then shows them how to weave all of these pedagogies so they can be used to activate teacher-led live teaching. In addition to this, each lesson in the active connected teaching zone section makes use of another important activator tool, the activated lesson plans. The activated lesson plans are more than just a mechanism to help educators synthesize their learning, but are a vital bridge between theory and practice, between their learning journey and their teaching journey. So after learning and experiencing each of the ACT pedagogies, the educator is given an example activated lesson plan that applies the pedagogy. Unlike traditional lesson plans that simply outline the lesson content, the activated lesson plans focus on the content, what will be learned, the motivation, why the content is important to learn, the pedagogy, how the content will be learned, and the rationale behind this, why the learning approach is important. An example lesson plan is provided to give the educator an insight into how to design their own activated lesson plan. However, some educators may want more assistance, more ideas, and so in addition to this, they are provided access to one of the most powerful activated tools of all, our activated lesson plan repository. This searchable, browsable, growing repository is an invaluable trove of unique activated lesson plans. All educators taking this learning journey contribute toward this growing trove of active lesson plans, giving powerful, ready-to-apply examples from grade 1 to higher education, from languages to science, from curation to chaos. This is an active, engaging learning journey. Challenges that encourage learning are found throughout the course. As correction, one of the key ACT pedagogies, is not simply a way to assess understanding at the end, but a way to encourage learning throughout the journey. However, as we near the end of the course, educators are given an opportunity to test their understanding, not in a traditional way, but in a range of creative and fun ways that both assess and teach them about new approaches to assessment. The course concludes with a reflection on the journey that the student has experienced and also the way ahead, because after all, that's the whole purpose of learning. And so using a plan, pledge, practice model, and armed with activated lesson plans, the educator is ready to step out into the exciting new world of active, connected teaching. Hold on a moment. What if they didn't follow the path sequentially? Or what if they can't remember everything? Or what if new digital tools become available? Learning, as we said at the beginning, is a journey, not a destination. And so, like any journey, we're never truly finished. We always want to return, revisit places we enjoyed, explore new places. And this brings us finally to another unique activated tool, the ACT Toolbox. Just like the activated lesson plans are a repository of activated lessons, so the ACT Toolbox is a repository of tools and lessons experienced on the course. The ACT Toolbox is a searchable, browsable lesson repository that allows educators to quickly recap or discover new content about active connected teaching. The ACT Toolbox can be searched or browsed by categories such as Microsoft or the pedagogy of correction. Educators are provided with easy access to all the lessons to browse, recap, or explore in any way they want, including videos, links to tools, and even an opportunity to comment and ask questions. Plus, as new activated tools are identified, these too are included in the ACT Toolbox. It's time to unmute our educators. It's time to engage our students. It's time to activate teaching in the digital age. Give a person technology and they can teach for a day. Teach them to activate the technology and you equip them